UFC 325, guys. We have to talk about this. For Alexander Volkanovski, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on this guy. He already beat Diego Lopez once. And soon after, now Diego Lopez is getting another opportunity. This is a bittersweet moment right now. Because at one end, we have Volk, who, if he loses, he could potentially retire. But if he wins and beats Diego Lopez once again, what's next for Volk? On the other side, we have Diego Lopez coming off of a phenomenal performance against Gene Silva, an up-and-comer, that a lot of people were looking at him as a huge threat in that division. But now we know Gene Silva is a wild boy. Similar to Johnny Walker, to be honest with you. Definitely a cleaner technical style, but Gene Silva is a wild boy, and Diego Lopez was able to go in there, beat him at his own game, and finish him. And let's not forget, guys, Diego Lopez was finding success late in that fight with Volk. Now, when it comes to Volk, in my opinion, he's going to have to use his wrestling. He's going to have to utilize that grappling that he does have. But he doesn't really use it. I think in this fight, it'll be a good way to neutralize Diego Lopez. And not only neutralize him, but have Diego Lopez second guessing himself. Is the takedown coming? Is he faking a takedown for an uppercut? Keeping things creative is what you want to do against Diego Lopez. Easier said than done, guys. Because in my opinion, Diego Lopez, he has shown that he has championship caliber abilities. He really does. And yes, Volk found moments in there to capitalize against Diego Lopez. But I think if Diego Lopez can get together with his team and really find opportunities to neutralize Volk's game plan, I think Diego Lopez can find success. Now, at the end of the day, with my UFC fight predictions, I did pick Volk to take this fight. I just believe in Volk. I believe in his abilities. I believe in his experience. And at one point, guys, we were all saying he was the best fighter on the planet. And then he suffers some L's. Obviously, short notice fight with Islam. Soon after, 2 months later, fights Ilia Topuria. But since then, Volk has found success. And he's really back on pace. Now, how many fights does he have underneath his belt right now? I'm not sure. That's a question for Volk, to be honest with you. But as Dana would say, anybody who's talking about retirement, they should most likely retire. And I know for a fact, retirement talk is not even it's not even a discussion in Diego Lopez's life, to be honest with you. I know for a fact that guy is hunting down that UFC championship belt. That's all he's basically training for and preparing himself for. And right now, the UFC basically threw Diego Lopez, I don't want to say a layup, because obviously Volk is definitely not a layup, but they gave him an opportunity here, because here he is soon after fighting Volk, and this doesn't really happen. I know for a fact that the UFC is definitely trying to capitalize on that market for Diego Lopez, but we cannot sit back and lie to ourselves and say that Diego Lopez doesn't have championship abilities. Because the guy does. We saw him before knock out Gene Silva in a barn burner of a fight. And we saw him in that Volk fight, like I said, and I'll say it again, he was finding success late in that fight. So I know for a fact for Diego Lopez, he's going to be able to last. He's going to be able to stay in the fight against Volk. It's up to Volk to really come into this fight with a great game plan. Utilize that grappling, that wrestling. Keep Diego Lopez, second guessing. And I think that's it. I think that should be the game plan for Volk going into this fight, this second fight with Diego Lopez. If this fight stays on the feet for very long, or most of the fight, I think Diego Lopez is going to find success. Now, the best aspect, the best attribute that Volk has in his corner is his ability to adjust per round. I saw it in the first fight, and I see it in a lot of his fights. So going into this fight, Diego Lopez has to understand that per round, there's going to be different game plans. There's going to be different looks. So him and his team and his corner are going to have to do their due diligence to neutralize that game plan. I know for a fact both men are prepared. I know it. Diego Lopez is game. Volk is game. One of the best pound for pound fighters to ever be in the octagon. We get to see it this Saturday at UFC 325. You already know what this is, guys. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first.